Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Curtis's Podcast Network and this AFC South show number 108. And we're live. We're here. We're popping. We got our resident Jags fan, Isaiah Michele, in the building. We got our Colts fan, Colts Nation himself, Jeff Steckel. The hype train is monumental in Indianapolis right now. I'm, of course, the Texans fan. Our Titans fans could not be reached this evening. They were occupied. We got a teacher on board, and it's school season, baby. So he's busy, but we're going to have a good show. We're going to cover all of the upcoming Week 4 AFC South games. So if you're a fan of any of the 4 teams, you came to the right place. Go ahead, hit the like, subscribe button. We're trying to grow. As of the last time I checked, and I'll do it again right this very moment, just to see how many subscribers we're at. 368 subs. So if we can pump those numbers up, that'd be huge. We're trying to hit 400 by the end of the month. Only a few episodes left to get there. Help us on the way. So, without any further ado, let's get into the absentee game. The Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Tennessee Titans. The Titans, who have obviously in their 2 losses this season looked absolutely dreadful. And in the one game that they won against the Chargers, it looked like a team came alive. I guess it's a Jekyll and Hyde situation. So it's a question of whether or not we're going to get effort Tennessee or low effort Tennessee. Fortunately, it is at home, so maybe the crowd has something to say about it to begin with. But for me, this is the Bengals game to lose. It's Joe Burrow just playing a clean game, which he hasn't done really this season, nursing that calf injury. So they get some rhythm going out of what is his nickname? Cool Joe? Joe Cool? I don't know. If they get some rhythm out of him, then they'll be straight.
Joe Cool Joe. Joe Burr.
Either way, I don't know nicknames. I don't keep up. But what do you guys have to say about this game?
Joe Cool.
Well, first of all, I just want to start by saying I think LaFleur is a shitty head coach. God damn, this is rough to watch. Anyway, yeah, I don't, I have Joe Burrow. He was my first overall pick. I'm in the league with 2 quarterbacks. So I kind of had to go, I had no choice but to go Burrow first overall. And he's been kind of a dud in fantasy. I think this is a great game for him to stop being a dud. Again, the only path I really see the Titans winning is Henry early and often.
Yeah.
But I think that the Bengals, there's just too much talent on that team it's got to come out sometime, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like this is probably the game where it happens, and I hope it is. I'm going Bengals. I'm gonna hope it's 28-17 or something.
28-17.
I need Joe Burrow to go off.
What about you, Isaiah?
Titans bad. Bengals looking for bounce back. That's really all I have to say. I think that the Titans front 7 is going to give Joe Burrow some problems. But he can only, He can only get so hot. So we'll see. But in all honesty, they need to do what they didn't do last week. They need to give Henry the ball 20 times. They need to give him as many snaps on the field as they can and mix in Tajay Spears a little bit if they want to do some passing sets and different stuff. But they just need to stick to their game plan. I don't know why they're trying to change it. They went out and got, an old guy wide receiver, and they think that they're a throwing team now. And clearly it's, not in their best interest. So hopefully they can pull something out. But I do think that the Bengals are going to take this one and finally get their first win of the season. So aren't they 0-3 right now?
No, the Bengals got to win against the Rams. They got to get. They had
okay.
Like a huge get right game.
That's right.
They won.
Yeah, so I'm thinking they'll be 2-2 after this week. So score wise, let's see. Christian Fulton is allowing a perfect passer rating right now in coverage, and the Bengals have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I'm thinking like 33-10, 33-17, somewhere in that range.
Okay. Jeff, what did you say the score was?
I think I said 28-17. I think I said 20.
Isaiah, one more time.
I'm going to go 33-13. Do I start Quentin Johnson this week with Mike Williams out?
Probably. It's a pretty solid fill-in move. For me, this game, I think there's definitely the opportunity for a get-right game, but I think the Titans' defense is going to show up and play a little bit better. So I think it's going to be a little bit more contested. I could see this game being like 23-20, 20-17. So I'm gonna go 23-20, Cincinnati. We know that Blake actually chose the Titans no, he didn't choose the Titans. He chose the Bengals for this game. So that just kind of shows the level of faith that Blake has in him. I wonder if Titan Fox is available, if what his thoughts are. But the Cincinnati Bengals are favored by 2.5 points in this game. Do you like that number? I assume you like that number based on your scores. Yeah. Okay.
Bengals by 20.
All right. Let's move to Atlanta and Jacksonville in LA. Jesus Christ, I'm off tonight.
What in the fuck are you?
I'm not on it at all. In London, in their home away from home, their homecoming overseas, if you will. Go ahead, take it away. Let's talk Jags and Falcons.
Well, the Falcons suck. No, I'm kidding. They're pretty all right team. One of the good things is that their O-line gave up 7 sacks, not on the season, just last game. So hopefully our abysmal pass rush can meet their abysmal O-line, and maybe we'll be a little less abysmal and get a sack or two. Desmond Ridder kind of sucks. He can't throw a football. I don't know if anybody ever taught him how to do it, but he can't do it very well. I am worried about Bijan Robinson. Bro's a freak. So we'll see how our run defense holds up against him. But the Lions did a lot of good things last week and held him under 100 yards. So that was cool. But yeah, I think Jacksonville's going to be looking to kind of get right in this one. I think there's going to be a little more pressure on Ridley, as this is his homecoming game to the Falcons in a sense, where this is his first time playing them since leaving. But it's London, Toy Story, Disney Plus. We're going to have a good time. I honestly don't have a lot to say about this one. I just hope that we can string some offense together, and I hope that Calvin Ridley decides he wants to fucking play football and doesn't drop 3 passes, 2 of them being touchdowns in the same game. And 2 false starts at home with like half a stadium full, not acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just, and please, Jamal Agnew, keep him off the field on offense. Just don't let him touch the field. Elevate some rookie. Go sign the cashier, the bagger at fucking Publix. I don't care who, but 3 fumbles in 3 weeks is unacceptable. So let's just keep him off the field on offense and let him be the return specialist. And yeah.
All right. So ways to win for your
Don't
boys.
drop passes.
Get into an actual rhythm. Don't drop passes.
No, they were in a rhythm in the Texans game. They just had 1 or 2 plays or 1 penalty per drive that would just kill it. And then, just like JT O'Sullivan said, you can't catch it. He could throw it, but he can't catch it. So, hopefully we just don't get the dropsies again, and our boys play a good solid game.
The Jags are favored in this game by 3. It is an 8:30 kickoff our time.
Woo!
So
Football.
One, do you know the history of how the Jags play overseas?
They are above 500 in London.
In London specifically, or
in London? I don't think they've ever played anywhere else.
It's only ever been London?
We've only ever played in London.
Okay.
Because this will be our 10th season playing in London.
Okay.
In a row, and they said there's gonna be something special. So hopefully it's not the throwbacks that we don't want, but
it's probably those.
I know it'd be cool. I like them personally, and I like the 2-tone helmets. I just would rather have the 90s throwbacks, like a little more modernized, kind of like the Bucks did. I'd love that. But anyways, we are predominantly a winning team in London. It's nice because we're going to play the Falcons, and hopefully we can beat them. And then we're going to play the Bills, who, the Bills, we beat them in London. They haven't beat us in like a couple of years, so it'll be cool to beat them again. So, can get something rolling.
All right. So score prediction for your boys, the Glitter Kitties.
27-17.
Who
do you think?
Jaguars.
When do I ever put anybody else up against us?
Fair enough. Jeffrey?
I think I have Jacksonville. Yeah, I did pick Jacksonville. I mean, Atlanta's been kind of a surprise, but I don't know how long they can sustain that. I have a little more belief in, Trevor Lawrence has been kind of, I guess off the last, couple of weeks. I kind of see him getting back.
Don't get me started, Jeffrey. He hasn't been off.
He had a couple.
His receivers' hands. Yeah, his receivers' hands have been off, but
he has picks too. I'm just saying it doesn't look like the Trevor Lawrence that finished last season is what I'm saying. But he, I think there's again too much talent there for him to, not have a good game, and I think Atlanta's a prime candidate to do it against. Same thing with ETN is a really good, talented fast back. I don't really see a way Atlanta wins unless if they can really get after Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, I'm thinking Jacksonville. I like 6, so 24-18, something like that.
18. That's a weird number, but I like it.
All field goals.
All field goals. Or a couple of minutes extra points or something. I don't know.
The Falcons have been anemic this season. At times, it doesn't look like they can move the ball at all, and at times they're competing in down to the wire games. It's still early in this season. The Falcons could turn out to be anybody, but right now the Falcons look like a team that the Jags should walk all over.
The Texans.
Well, yeah, but that's a different story. The Texans and the Jags have a hatred that have spewed for decades now. Voice just disappeared. Anyway.
The hatred has been festering.
The hatred, let it boil. Happy Halloween. So I'm leaning Jacksonville for sure. Like, I don't really see that there's a way that the Falcons actually end up winning this game. But I think the Jags have to win this game by a good amount to like get the ship going in the right direction. So I'm gonna give them 30-13 over the Dirty Birds. And let's see here. And then Pittsburgh travels to Houston. And Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite. So, boys, we all saw the offensive output that the Houston Texans were able to provide during the Jacksonville Jaguars defeat. Do you think that there's any shot that the Steelers defense is, I don't know, vulnerable to those things?
I mean, if they want to jog around like Jacksonville did, sure.
Yeah.
Fucking lifeless.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the QB school of CJ Stroud for week 3, and there was a couple plays where he was just like, what is this DB doing? Like, why is this guy in the game? This is not the effort you want.
Yeah, like when Darius Williams fucking waited till Tank Dell was right in his fucking face to even turn around. He's in full sprint. Yeah.
Well, I think Houston has an interesting task ahead of itself. Mr. Pocket Hercules in the chat hit the nail on the head already here. TJ Watt will have a big day against the Texans. Yeah. There wasn't really anybody in Jacksonville who's like a premier edge rusher. And there's definitely at least one of those against Pittsburgh. I see a lot of issues for us on the offense, but I know that the Steelers' offense is actually worse than ours. They've only gained like a total of like 12 first downs all season.
Really that bad?
Dude, it's
I haven't been watching them at all.
Kenny Pickett against the Raiders had his first game in his career throwing more than one touchdown pass. The run game for their offense has not looked very good. Last couple weeks, it looks like we've been able to stifle the run a little bit. If we can continue that, that's part of my ways to win. Stopping the run, make Kenny Pickett actually try to beat you. He's got George Pickens and Pat Freiermuth, who are pretty solid options in their own right. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, but it's the guy slinging the ball who's the real target.
Is Johnson down for the season?
No, he's on short-term IR. He'll be back, I think, in like mid-October. I think there's a lot of opportunity in this game. I don't necessarily think that the Texans are poised for this upset. I would like to see it happen. I didn't know that anything like that was going to happen last week, and that was literally a 2-score spread. But I'm going with the Texans in this one. I'm going with the Texans. It's going to be a real close game. I'm going to go 23-21.
I'm just going to keep pulling away in our Pick'ems league. Jeez. Bigger the Texans, man.
Speaking of, let me throw those banners up. Jeff's winners for week 4. But
I go with 3-game total lead over the
well,
last.
I chose the Jags last week.
It's gonna be like a severe back and forth where like me, you, and Jeff are just like going in circles of like who goes up by 1 because we all have very similar picks every week.
Yeah.
Well, then one of us picks our team when we know they're gonna lose, but we do it anyways. And
yeah. Which leads me to you guys. So who wants to go first? Steelers, Texans. Dive on in.
It's a home game for Houston, so they have that in their pocket.
Haven't won a home
Stroud-
game.
I'm just saying.
Haven't won a home game since 2020.
I mean, eventually a blind squirrel finds a nut, right? And I'm not saying that because I
finds a
think Houston's
nut.
going to win. Yeah, finds a nut, whatever the hell you want to say. I
I
didn't
say
say
bust
bust
a
a nut.
nut,
I didn't
'cause-
say bust a nut. I don't know. I don't know what being blind has to do with that. Yeah, I'm not saying
Morning,
that the Texans
ladies.
are going to win.
But you're not
This is an
saying they're going
interesting
to
game
lose.
because neither. I don't think either team is really that good.
It's a 3-point spread. That's really one of those it could go either way kind of games. If it's
Yeah.
3 or less, it's either
I think
way.
Najee Harris is casually the slowest running back in the league.
I just think he based on the last game I watched, it didn't look like their offensive line is blocking worth a shit.
Bro runs at 0.5 speed.
I think it might just look like that.
Yeah, I like that spread. I think it'll be probably a lower scoring game. I mean, I have what's his name? What's the receiver's name? I know it's. God damn it! I can't remember the Steelers receiver's name. Pickens. Thank you.
Pickens.
I always get confused between Pickett and Pickens. Anyway,
George Dickhead.
but I have
Pickens.
to start him in one of my leagues, so I'm like, I hope he catches the 2 touchdowns that they score.
Mm.
I don't know. I think it'll be low, like 14-10 Pittsburgh.
Okay. 14-10 Pitt. I mean, I wouldn't be upset at that, honestly. Like that's the defense showing up and doing things. Isaiah?
I think that there are ways to win and to lose this game. Yeah, okay, great answer, Isaiah. It's right down the middle. But no, I mean, I really do think that the Steelers' defense can be really good, but their offense a lot of times leaves them on the field too much because of all the 3 and outs and short drives. So if the Texans can get the offense off the field and keep the defense out there a bunch, there's a chance they can wear them down. I do have the Steelers winning this game, but I do think it is a winnable game for the Texans. I'm not thinking anything crazy, maybe like 24-21. Pittsburgh wins by a field goal.
Okay. All right. And that leads us into the Rams and Indianapolis.
Rams by 50.
Jesus. At this moment, the spread on this game is even, according to ESPN. I have chosen the Rams, and I'm going to tell you why. I just don't. I don't trust the Colts to win the games against guys like the Rams. Like Matt Stafford's going to go out there and do what he does. I think Tyler Higbee's going to have a decent game. I don't think they're going to run the ball very well. I don't think their offensive line is all that great. I like their defense a little bit, at least Aaron Donald. I think they'll actually end up winning this game. I think it's going to be close. I think that's probably why the line is so even. I'm going to go like 1 point, 21-20. Like the Colts lose on like a last second missed field goal or something.
And I'm on an entirely different direction than you.
I know.
Like
I know.
Complete opposite. With the way that the Colts defense has been, and the fact that Juju Brents is finally, one of the starting corners, I feel a little bit better about the secondary. I'm not like, best secondary or anything like that, but improved with him on the field. He's a rookie. He's like Isaiah said in the last show. It's he's big, he's fast, he's physical, more than what Baker was. So I feel a little bit better with the secondary. I can't say enough about the front 7. Zaire Franklin is just playing out of his mind. EJ Speed, Right now, I think he's outplaying Shaq. And Shaq isn't even doing too bad right now either. He's just, kind of overshadowed by everyone else. And then you got Ibu come. They're getting after
Don't mind if I
these
do.
quarterbacks. They're getting after these quarterbacks every single week, and each one has been a mobile quarterback. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, they got after him. C.J. Stroud, they got after him, and they made Lamar's day, except for a couple of drives, like hell all game. And Stafford is old, not that mobile, and their line is questionable. I feel like they're going to make Stafford's day a really long, rough day. And and I'm looking at the injury report. I think DeForest Buckner and Quentin Nelson have been non-participants, but I feel like it's more veteran maintenance. Like it says, like groin and toe. One. Yeah, I just feel like it's more of a maintenance thing because they've had that designation every week and they've suited up. And both Ryan Kelly and Richardson, who have been in concussion protocol, have both fully participated the last 2 days. So it's coming to. I mean, they're going to play. They're going to play Sunday. So, I mean, the last step is just to pass that. I think from the independent neurologist. So I feel like they're going to be a go game day. So I really like how the Colts look in this one. If not just the defense carrying it, but Richard's been on the field and he's scored pretty often. So I just like how they look in this one. I'm going to go big, man. And it's a home game. I'm going to say like 34-17. I'm going big. I know it's an even spread, but I just don't see the Rams. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling about this game.
Okay. By the way, I didn't get to it in mine. For the Texans, the injury report, by the way, is as far as players who haven't played that could be coming back. Jalen Petrie is a full participant, and looks like Tunsil's still not participating. Denzel Perryman's not participating, and Josh Jones did not participate. So that's interesting. So that's our starting left tackle and backup left tackle not practicing. Nice. For the Steelers,
and I think the Rams left tackle is hurt. I don't know if he's been participating though.
Okay. James Daniels, the guard, did not participate at practice this week so far. Okorafor, the tackle for the Steelers, is a full participant as of today. Larry Ogunjobi was a limited participant. Darnell Washington didn't participate, and their punter for some reason. Allen Robinson was limited. Pretty much it.
For the Rams, Tyler Higbee did not participate with an Achilles, and their offensive lineman Jackson did not. And I don't even know who that wide receiver is, so I'm not going to bring it up. Limited was Puka Nacua. So,
okay. You know how to pronounce that name. That's good for you, Joe.
I took a stab at it. I'm hoping I was right.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I mean, look, I think that the Colts secondary is very young, and I think Matt Stafford has been around the block a few times, and a few games that he's played this season is it doesn't look like his arm is falling off. He's still got the zip on his passes. He's not, he's not that old in that kind of terms. I think he's still got it in that kind of respect. He's not a shitty quarterback. I think he will take what is given to him, and that's usually what the quarterbacks who play against the Colts don't do as of late. Lamar Jackson is a big play kind of guy. C.J. Stroud looking for a big play. So that's why I think. But Isaiah?
Yeah, so I did just really quick wanted to get to my Twitter's being weird, so that's cool. I did want to get to the Jaguars injury report. I completely forgot to do that earlier. I don't know why Twitter keeps us saying error instead of wrong password. Anyways, Devin Lloyd and Devon Hamilton will not be going to London. Devin Lloyd broke his thumb damaged his thumb during the Colts or the Texans game, and he got a surgery. They're expecting him to actually be back in 3 weeks when they play the Colts. So Chad Muma will be our starting middle linebacker for the game, and then Devon Hamilton has this blood infection he's been dealing with, and then Antonio Johnson, Cam Robinson, and Cooper Hodges, my boy, they're all coming to London, and there's a potential for them to play in this game or the next game. Cam Robinson, they did get permission to bring him, and he will be able to come in week 5 against the Bills. But I did just want to mention they are going across the pond with us, and then they are leaving Devin Lloyd due to that surgery. But in the Colts-Rams game, yeah, I mean, I picked the Colts. I honestly think they're going to string together a good game on this one. Steichen's been moving the ball pretty well. Juju Brents, we'll see in week 2, or in the week 2 for him, but his second week, I should say, how he holds up consistently. I think he's a great player, and he's got a great head on his shoulders. I do know during the preseason a little bit, there was a couple things where he kind of broke down a little bit, just being a rookie and having some veteran receivers kind of messing with him a little bit. But I think he'll get over that quickly. I'd love to see Alec Pierce just like finally take that step. I know he had a good catch or two last game, didn't he? I mean,
yeah, there's been a couple times where he's had his guy beat, and they just, it's not Gardner Minshew's game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he had a guy beat, and Minshew just kind of lobbed it like way over his head.
Yeah.
And he had another one where it was a catchable pass, but very contested. So it's just, you want to see those plays.
I'd love to see it. Pittman's going to do Pittman things. He'll have some short routes. He'll have maybe when he breaks deep, but breaks long, not breaks deep. He's not much of a deep guy anymore. Josh Downs, I'd love to see him to continue to move forward. I think that defense is great. Zaire Franklin, love to see great defense. So I'd love to see him keep on going and doing his thing. As much as I want Foye Oluokun to lead the tackle for the third year in a row, in the league, but I'd love to see Zaire Franklin do it. He's been a beast all season. I really do have the Colts on this one. I don't really know that the Rams are going to do too much. The only thing I'm worried about potentially is Aaron Donald might have a big game, even though the Colts O-line's been playing better. But honestly, in this one, I don't think the Rams have a complete enough team as of right now to take the Colts.
Okay. Titans injury report versus the Bengals. I almost said the Colts. Luke Gifford did not participate. Elijah Molden, Peter Skoronski did not participate. Treylon Burks did not participate. Derrick Henry did not participate, but that was rest. DeAndre Hopkins, limited participant. Danico Autry, limited participant.
Are the Titans the least injured team in the division for once?
I think so.
The script has flipped.
Yeah. The Bengals could be missing Irv Smith and Charlie Jones. That doesn't really, that's a tight end and a backup wide receiver. Joe Burrow has been a full participant all week, and they got Akeem Davis-Gaither was limited participant today. So, nothing really crazy for the Bengals, but they need Skoronski to get back as soon as possible. He did have appendicitis, so he had an appendectomy, and that's why he's been out. But sooner the better for this team, because they are in need of some solid O-line play at this moment. Andre Dillard is not it.
In need.
Who said that? Was that you? Who said that? Anyway.
No, I accidentally opened up.
Crazy.
Opened up
I was crazy once.
Sorry.
So any fantasy advice pertaining to your team this week?
Start Travis Etienne.
Okay.
The Colts have been turnover machines. I'm leaning on their defense having a big sack day and maybe another turnover or two. Not a lot of people have the Colts on their defense, so them and Josh Downs. It's a matter of time before he gets in the end zone. I mean, it's got to happen.
Yeah.
So I keep saying him. He's having a lot of catch. If you're in a PPR league, I think he had 7 or 8 last week, and he just keeps up in the reception rate. So
yeah,
I think he'll be one to watch.
Yeah. I would look for Will Anderson to have a pretty solid day. I would look for Tank Dell to try to string together his third game of 70-plus receiving yards in a row. Because I think they're going to try to take Nico Collins away, and that'll kind of open up other things. Dalton Schultz has not done anything at this point. He might just need to be in free agency for most people in deeper leagues. Offensively, Tank Dell or
Damian Pierce, breakout game.
I mean, that'd be nice. The Pittsburgh Steelers run defense is like number 27 or something.
Hey, there's a good chance.
Well, you say that, but it's not like Josh Jacobs was crushing it the other night. It wasn't until a garbage time, as Jeff would call it, that that they started running the ball effectively. But yeah, beyond that, I think the defense for the Texans could be pretty heavily relied on this week. I think Kenny Pickett likes to turn the ball over, and this offensive line is very prone to giving up sacks. Between Jerry Hughes, John Grenard, and Will Anderson Jr., I expect this defense to eat. Yeah. Anything else, boys?
Go Colts.
Isaiah?
It was never the Titans.
Never.
That's why it's in the intro. Folks, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button. We're trying to get to 400 subscribers by the end of the month. We have a 35 like goal on this episode, so let's go ahead and hit that. Y'all be good people. Thank you both for your time. Peace.